Now we're going to do our first proof. So before we start, I want you to just really look at this screen and see what's going on. Okay, here's our conditional statement. You've seen that before. Here's our given and prove in our diagram. This is what we drew in the last video. Okay, this here is the setup for a two-column proof. And two-column proofs are a great way to organize your thoughts as we prove that these two angles are congruent. So here's how this works. In the first line of our proof, we're going to write the given statement. Okay, so this is a no-brainer. Even if you have no idea what's going on, you draw your two columns, you draw your write statement, you write reason, and you do your given. Now we have to start thinking logically about how we could prove these two angles are congruent. Okay? In the statement column, everything here is going to be talking about the diagram. Okay? So this column, and I'm going to put some notes on here that aren't really part of the proof, but just to help you. This column is about the diagram. So we're going to talk about angle 1, 2, and 3. Okay? In this case. This is the general reason. Okay? So rules we know, and you'll see what this looks like. Okay? So what I'm going to say first in this proof when I look at this is I'm going to say, hey, angle 1 and angle 3 are a linear pair. I apologize for my handwriting. And why is that true? How do we know that? Well, we know that by the definition of a linear pair, right? Because a linear pair is two angles, right, that are created really by a line and a ray, okay? I can also say, for the same reason, angle 2 and angle 3 are a linear pair, okay? For the same reason, okay? Again, notice, statement column, all about the diagram. Reason column, general reasons and rules. Okay, I'm alternating colors just to make it more clear with my messy handwriting. Okay, we can now say that angle 1 plus angle 3 is equal to 180. And similarly, angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180. Okay, this is true because linear pair are supplementary. Right? That's what we know about a linear pair. Okay? So now what I'm going to say is I'm going to say angle 1 and angle 3 together have to equal angle 2 and angle 3 together. And this is what we call substitution. And I want you to really think about what this is. So substitution means, hey, up here, this 180, I'm going to put this 2 plus 3 here in for 180. This 2 plus 3 is going in for the 180 because they are equivalent. Okay. We can now subtract angle 3. So we could say, hey, angle 1 is equal to angle 2. That is subtraction property of equality. Subtraction property of equality, which we all know from algebra, and that if you have two things that are equal on either side of an equal sign, you could subtract them. And now I'm done. Okay, I've gotten to my prove statement. For the purposes of this course, we're going to call equals and congruent the same thing. Okay, if you have questions about why they are, that's a great question for you to ask in person. Okay, so there you go. Some things I want to just really push and make sure you notice on this proof. First statement and reason, always the given. Okay. Statement column about the diagram, right? Everything here is specific to our picture. The reason column, nothing about the picture, right? These are general rules, statements, theorems. We're going to use all sorts of things, but they're all words. They have nothing to do with the picture. The final statement is the prove statement. That's how you know you're done. Okay, so there's your first proof. I want you to understand this. If you're not sure, ask questions. Try to recreate it on your own, and make sure you understand how all of these steps rely on the first one, right? If I got rid of angle 1 and angle 3 being a linear pair, this proof wouldn't work because I could not then say 1 plus 3 is 180.